vacations, and we were told they were our cousins. My mom says he endured the situation because he didn't want to derail what she saw as his divine assignment or calling, and of course a powerful ministry. She believed that if she had reported the affair to the church leadership, his ministry would have been destroyed. She told us, "I cannot be the woman who stops her husband from fulfilling his divine assignment." She also mentions that she couldn't bear, the shame and trauma that would have come with exposing him as well. According to her, we probably wouldn't even be close to God today if she had spoken up. I'm now left wondering, are these reasons sufficient to stay married to a partner who's cheating? Interesting. I've got Mama Ga in the studio. Mama Ga TV.
Easy talk.
Send a message.
Your voice matters. Join the debate with today's hot.
If you know Mama Ga, you know what I'm talking about. You know, we'll dig into her credentials later. And I've got to say it in the studio as well. Interesting. I think this is the first time aside your GMB days, this is probably the first time in a long time that we're having a conversation together on air. Nice. So you know Cedra. Cedra is your sitting host for 3 Lounge and of course host of Heritage Connect and also host of many, many things. 3 Interactive on Fridays, and the list goes on and on and on and on. All right, guys, of course, common denominator, we all know Celestine Donko, but Mama Ga, all good. Hey, with your assignments in the door, so. Please bring the microphone closer to you because I want to hear your voice. No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Say hi.
Hi.
Yes, we can.
See, Miriam.
See, Vim now do our studio. So wait. When you first saw the video, what did you think?
I've not seen the video.
Oh, you haven't? You haven't had a chance to?
I just read the story.
Okay.
And I'm like, Massive, is this a joke?
I think maybe we should explore you using this microphone because even though I can hear you, you sound quite distant, okay? Better. Yes.
So I was like, Massive, is this a joke or something? Like, I don't get it. Your husband is cheating. And a pastor for that matter. These people we look up to. These people at church, we call them like, I don't know how to put it, our God, our Papa, our role models. And you are doing this.
Well, I mean, if you've had the chance to listen to the video, which Massive did very well to transcribe, and her mother had a number of reasons, and depending on which side of the coin you're on, you might think that it's a genuine reason. She said, "My husband has a calling. He has a ministry. All these excesses have happened, but if I had walked away from him, then he would have missed out on his higher calling."
Which higher calling, myself? Which higher calling? You are doing this and you are dying within. Mentally, you are being affected. And my man, because of my children, and you are dying within. See, it's high time we stop this hypocrisy. It's high time we stop it. But see, you should ask yourself, you should ask the woman if she's happy.
Right.
In the marriage. She's not. To the extent that children will come and visit, which is the man's children, and they will say it's the cousin.
Well, the mother introduced them as cousins.
What for? Why are you lying? Why are you building the relationship on lies? Why?
Well, I mean, the mother knows the truth, or she knew the truth, but she decided.
So why are you lying to the kids?
To the kids, you mean?
See, let me tell you one thing, Karma is real. If this man, excuse me to say, should die right now,
right,
this children will come as biological children. They won't come as cousins. They will come as biological children. They
Yeah.
will come that I'm a cousin, No.
I mean,
They're also coming
but
to fight for properties.
I'm neither here nor there.
Right.
I'm just in between, and I'm just
Yeah,
finding a way to actually understand it. And this is someone who laid out some particular reasons.
Right.
And no matter how their reason may sound to us, it is valid to them. And because she mentioned that he had a larger purpose, and she also wanted to protect the family from
Right.
what she was saying. And so, in recent times, things are different, where you have a lot of younger people escalate things, but our older folks didn't know that. They would rather keep quiet,
And endure.
and endure. And that's what built a lot of families. If not, I'm sure we would have seen a lot of families broken because of some mistakes that, coming from the partners, either the husband or the wife.
Right.
And another thing is also, at what cost was the staying? Because sometimes you have things that you hold on to so dear. For someone, it's their marriage, and it doesn't mean that they're a pick-me woman or something. It just depends on what someone wants to be at a particular time and moment. And I also think on the other side that, with 3 children, that's no mistake.
No.
Because if
That's-
it's one, you
that's-
would say
that's
that, okay, by
deliberate.
some mistake or by some divine orchestration, maybe God wanted it to happen. Because since you have a larger calling, I don't know what that calling was.
Right.
But to have the second one and the third one, it also brings us to, that point where so many people don't even value the partners that they are with.
Right.
And so if you value that much, you value that relationship that much, I'm sure that one time, ABI, it was a mistake.
Right.
It won't happen again.
Right.
But to go on ahead, have 2, even if it's twins, it's still the same thing. It's more like bruising or hurting a wound all over
Right.
again. And so we just have to know, does this person value me enough? I was doing 3 Lounge one time, and I did a live, and someone joined, and this is what she said, that she's with someone, and the
Okay.
person keeps insulting her. And I'm like, okay.
And they're still together?
they're still in
And they're
a
not married, and she's wondering what to do.
and they're not even married yet. And so I think that it's high time people sit down, have more like think through things, whether is this something I can endure till the very last breath.
Right.
If I can't, then I move away. But that's not to also disregard people's opinion or feelings when it comes to these things. And that's what has birthed Celestine Donko. And I mean, it wasn't a reflection of who she is.
Right. When I saw this, a thing that came to my mind also is, I think that sometimes we over revere spiritual leaders,
Yeah.
and I think that sometimes we sort of pardon them or make too many excuses for them when they falter, because they are human beings, even though they may have been called to a certain assignment. There's also the human side of the person, and society needs to come to terms with that. Sometimes I wonder how, for the woman, you would call her Sofa Mami.
Yes.
Imagine having to deal with all of this and still have to come out and look the part and look like Bibia de Dean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I said, so for mommy will be even working at the church. These young girls will be laughing at her.
Yeah, because they know what
Because,
exactly goes on.
The pastor is shanking them. These small girls will be laughing at us for mommy. But also for mommy there, hey, I have a good husband. I'm protecting my husband.
No, sometimes sometimes they know. It's not like they don't know. They know. But we put them, and I say we because it's how is what we attach to them, where we put them. Oh, we're more dear.
Yeah.
You can't. They can't do wrong. We're more dear.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be a certain. We've created a certain kind of image for them and a narrative actually. And sometimes they are compelled to stay in a narrative. They're going through it. They don't want to change the perception that we have of them.
Yeah, and another question we need to ask ourselves is staying in a marriage like that, where your partner, has more like been, how would you call it, infidelity, right? Is it some people think that it's a test of faith, a test of strength. So we should ask ourselves that question: is it that? Because clearly from what the woman is saying, it was a time that more like the devil presented to her, and so she had to stand the test of faith and time.
Devil, and these people will be doing what they are always doing.
But Fafa, let's look at it also like this.
Yes.
Because the background of this man is the church. Okay, let's look at somebody will make the argument. Okay, Bible says the two will become one. Yes. And you're supposed to be a helpmate. I'll make you a helpmate. From what Celestine explained, her mother was coming from the position that this man has an assignment. This is his assignment. I have been given to him as a helpmate for him to accomplish this assignment. And if it will require me to stay, even though I know that he's doing all of this, I have to stay. Because in the narrative, it says that her mother says that she wasn't sure that the family would have become what they are now. And of course, Celestine is a product of the background, the home that she's coming from. She doesn't think that the family would have been as grounded as they are now if she had left. Yeah, that's another side of the argument. Somebody would say, well, that is the assignment. That is the man's assignment, and you are supposed to help him to fulfill that assignment. What do you make of that?
See, have they considered the woman's emotions? Mental health is real. This woman every day, if I'm not mistaken, will be crying within. She's always traumatized, but she's unable to say it because I don't want to embarrass my husband, because I don't want people to know that this is what my husband is doing. For the sake of my children, let me just protect my husband. But you're suffering, my sister. The woman is suffering mentally and emotionally. Secondly, there is no respect. The man doesn't respect the wife. The respect the wife is giving the man, the man is not giving same back to the woman. Because you've given birth, first one, okay, let's say, oh, that one was a mistake. Second.
But what if the woman didn't know as it was happening? She probably got to know after it had been done. Maybe if she had the opportunity to know the first, she would have said, well, a mistake or not, this is what I decide or don't decide. But maybe she didn't get the chance to know when it was happening. She probably got to know after it had finished happening.
Unless maybe, see, we are all different people. Unless that's what she wants, she's strong to emotionally, she's strong to endure that. Right. So if it happens, I've psyched myself that even if my husband goes out to have an affair with people and bring about 10 children, I will receive them because I feel it's still my husband's children. She'll psych herself like that. Right. But some of us, we can't do it.
Let me just
have different time frames.
I know, right? I'm gonna come to you in just a minute. Let me just announce the phone lines. It will be activated pretty soon, so we can get your thoughts, because I know you can't wait to have your thoughts heard. 0559-242-717. That's 0559-242-717 and 0556-910-154. That's 0559-242-717 and 0556-910-154. Isidro, you wanted to say something?
I think that either way, staying in the marriage or leaving, they all require some level of courage. Because if you want to walk away, then it means that you are throwing away all of the years that the two of you have built together. And now the children will, it's either their visits. I don't know why Mama Guy is laughing, but like I said, there are different times.
The way she's rolling her eyes, over my dead body.
That's what I'm saying. That fine. The lady can do it, but Some of us, we can't.
Yeah, and that's why in recent times we are having women advocates who are constantly telling women that, you know what, marriage is not an investment. Marriage is not that place where you think that everything is going to be roses and then champagne, or rosy or champagne. And so day in and day out, you get to understand life from a different perspective. And trust me, I'm sure this is just a tip of the iceberg what this particular lady has endured. Maybe that's that very thing that she brought out. What of some of the other things that we didn't even hear about? And there's other people who have even gone through worse than this. And so I just think that it's an individualistic thing, and people, you choose what you want to endure. And so I think that at the time the mom could endure it. It's not now that people are going to school, combining work, combining a lot of stress, and so they wouldn't want to deal with all of that. But probably at the time, the mom maybe was not working, and so what she was doing, maybe she was taking care of the children at home, so she thought that she also had a larger purpose too, which she could stand to take care of the children.
Mama God.
Miriam. See, as I mentioned earlier on, these are people, some of us would see them as yenyame.
Yeah.
We see, some of us, we see some of the pastors as saints. As you are saying, they don't, do bad things. We judge them in a certain way because they preach to us, do not fornicate, do not commit adultery, do not beat your wife. But you are doing triple of that. So what are you teaching us? They need to respect us, and they need to be transparent with us. If you are teaching us this, then what? You should set an example to us.
Let's look at it also from this angle. The children who now have been told that the ones who come to visit our cousins and stuff like that, okay? You know how when you were young, your peers tease easily? The other children in the church, they get to find out, oh, your dad has done this, yes, sir, and all of that. The kids, there's also that trauma that they will have to deal with in church and stuff like that. So maybe that is why the mom decides to stay silent, because she thought it would be too much for the kids to process. You know what I mean? The stigma and the trauma that the children will have to deal with. Maybe that's why.
Lot of factors.
So how long are you going to lie to these children?
Till they are ready to handle the truth.
No, but see, let them know. Why are you lying to them?
And we should also take into consideration the setting. Somewhere in the Western world, while children they are very young, they are able to let them know. They tell them the boldest of things so that they grow up accepting and having that much confidence in themselves. Yeah. But with our society, I'm sure this one is a big issue, and you can never let a child know. You understand what I mean?
See.
Okay. Let's get...
Now that you, the woman, you've accepted, you've said yourself that this is what I'm enduring. So this is what I know for this past years I'm going to go through. Then you must as well also tell the children the truth.
Yeah.
Do you get it? You're also at fault. You're also lying in your relationship. You should be real with the children. Do you get it? So now, if really you said yourself that, oh, this is what I want to do, now they know that.
Mama, your microphone is here.
They know that these are my, what do you call it? Their step brothers. They start to bond with them.
And you know what that comes with? As much as you say it so easily, it's not that easy.
I know.
Because now you open the children up to another, set of relationship that they are supposed to have.
Hold your thoughts with that. Let me just take this call. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, who am I speaking to?
This is Ellie from Galilee.
Ellis?
Yeah, Ellie.
Ellie, okay, thanks for joining us. Talk to me. What's your thoughts on this?
That was a very nice discussion on board today, and this is very, very broad and very deep. One thing I believe in, I'm a Christian, but one thing for sure, we serve a God who never changed. We always say it's the same yesterday, today, and forever. I always try to find out this and ask this question, but I haven't got the answers yet. Is God really against polygamy? I haven't gotten that answer yet. And my question is, because when I read the Bible, especially at the Old Testament, you realize that there was a time when David was engaged in all those women. At a point in time, God was even asking David, is he the kind of woman you want? And he didn't ask me, I would have given when he went in for Uriah's wife. Like God was like, what kind of woman do you want? And if you ask me, I wouldn't have given to you or something like that. So I found out this, that sometimes we, like human beings, make a whole lot out of issues. Because if God is really against that, I don't think God would have, if God is against polygamy, God wouldn't have tell David, if this the kind of woman I would have given you more and more and more, something like that. But this question I keep asking, I haven't gotten the answers yet. And when you even come to the New Testament, you realize that it was very specific that it's only one wife to a bishop. Somebody that tried to hold a position as a bishop, it only stands for like one wife. That's the only specific in the Bible. But the entire Bible, I've not really come across like God is against a man having another woman. And as, let's say, our sister, what, like, I like the stand she has taken, just to put, because if, like, I'm to hear that the man is mistreating her, the man is bullying her or doing all sort of bad things against her, fine, I would have had, like, something against the man. But if the man, like, has come out and maybe this is what he has engaged in, and she says something that maybe, like, everybody have his destiny on this earth. Maybe, like, she is saying, and maybe some women may not understand.
Okay.
Maybe she has gotten some revelation and realized that maybe this is another way for the man to also come up to fulfill his destiny or something like that.
All right.
That God has given him.
Great. Well,
So I
thanks
think
for
the way
joining
she's going
us.
about it is the best. But if the man is doing bad thing against her, like mistreating her, bullying her, then that is when I think people should come against the man.
All right, sure. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. I mean, he asked questions that I don't think any of us can answer. Yeah. But you know, on the back of what he said, I'm wondering whether if it was the opposite, the man would forgive and stay. I'll take a call, 0559242717 and 0556910154. I've got a caller. Okay, no, let's try this one. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, who do I have here?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Kwesi Cantonment.
Kwesi, thanks for joining us. Your thoughts?
So my first question is, your lady in the studio who is lamenting, taking a very passionate stand, I want to know, is she married? If she isn't married, she should know that loyalty counts a lot in this institution. Again, that does not justify the pastor's error. He did what he had to do. Is the wife complaining? The wife is not complaining. Has the man been mistreating the wife? No, I don't think the woman has ever said anything like that. So the wife actually aided and abetted the husband to protect the husband. This was a risk she took for the husband all these years at the expense of her, whatever, maybe her joy and whatever it is. But this is somebody who knew that this is what I'm doing to protect my husband and my family, my home. Yes, Celestine Donko said this, but I don't think she was complaining. I don't know how broken she was, though. Yeah, but for you to take this entrenched position, yeah, that's an opinion, that's a stance, though. But then, loyalty counts in marriage. You cover each other's inequality, deficiencies and inadequacies. We cover each other's inadequacies. So if for all this while this woman has done this to protect her home, to protect their husband, and she's now telling her children, maybe the children are of age enough, they are matured enough.
Noted. Yes.
So, yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Time until she has a serious boyfriend or married.
Well, that's her private life. Unless she decides to, disclose it, she's entitled to keep it private. And now, oh my God.
Aye. Where they are shouldn't.
Doing this to bio 0559 242
But to be the
717. I'll come to that. 0559 242 717 and 0556 910 154. That's 0559 242 717 and 0556 910 154. For those of you who just tune in for Easy Talk today, we're digging into the conversation about the viral video from Celestine Donko, in which she talks about how her mom disclosed something quite conflicting and disturbing to the family, that the father had an extramarital affair, had 3 children, the man was in ministry, but her mom kept quiet because she didn't want him to, lose his path in calling. The mother said that if she had revealed it to the church leadership, obviously, he could not have continued with his ministry work. So, yeah. And she also believes that it's for the reason that she stayed, that the children or the home or the house turned out the way it did, very grounded in the work of God. Okay. What's your thoughts on that? 0559 242 717 and 0556 910 154. That's 0559 242 717 and 0556 910 154. Let's go on the line and see who's here. Hello?
Yes, hello. Adam's here.
Hi, Adams. Thanks for joining us. Your thoughts, please.
My thoughts. I think as Africans, to be specific Ghana, we are conflated in our appreciation of issues. Whether a woman or a man is off track in a marriage is understood and appreciated based upon where one stands.
Okay.
A typical African family doesn't have the term cheat. And if you appreciate that, the scriptures, both Islam and Christianity, in real terms, do not found at having more than one wife, except most Christians will refer to a man and a woman being united for life or whatever. But all the prophets in the Bible, or most of them, weren't with one woman. So in other that we are not confused. We need to appreciate our values. What do we want? Do we want to satisfy our emotions, or do we want to satisfy our religious beliefs? I'll leave it open that way for people to reflect upon as they assess what this woman did, whether it was okay or wasn't.
Okay.
But if you ask me, I would think that it's an easy question to address. Was the family protected? Yes. Did anybody outside their union affected? No. Was she able to endure whatever emotions or not? And was she coerced to do that? No. And in that case, the answer is straightforward, not a big deal.
All right, Adams, thank you very much for joining us. That's your thoughts, and we respect it. 0559 242 717 and 0556 910 154. You've been listening to us. What's your thoughts on this? 0559 242 717. Before we went on the phone lines, though, we were trying to flip the coin and find out if it was the other way around. If Celestine's mother was the one who had gone out of a marriage and had 3 children, right? Will the man with a calling be willing to take the 3 children?
My brother.
I'm not a brother. I'm a sister. Don't mind me. Mama, let's hear you.
I said if it were to be the woman, they will sack the woman.
But we don't know that for sure.
No, he said, let's flip.
See,
Yeah, and
there are men that love their wives how they are.
Yeah,
my
women.
sister.
I don't like the way sometimes women think that all men are evil, or
My sister,
men. I think that there are some good men out there.
See, even if you have a boyfriend right now or a fiancé, you just go and cheat. Your boy, let's break up.
I think that this is based on some experiences.
Mama, can I say this with a lot of pain?
It's not about certain experiences. See, about 80% of men will like drive their wives away. Hey, 3 children.
80% was there to show for.
80% would say their wife should leave the marriage. They can't even.
No, but to be fair, Mama, got to be fair. Unless the man had been out of Ghana and been living somewhere, it can't happen in the woman's case because. Or maybe.
These footballers that are married to their wives.
Yeah.
After some time or some years, they go and do DNA. We realize that even all the 3 children are not for the man. What happened? Did they still be in the marriage? Are they still in the marriage now? Tell me. Tell me.
But I think that these are 2 different issues.
My sister,
the 2 of them knew. She got to know, and she still decided to stay.
I'm saying
yes, but for the many which
she has signed herself mentally to stay in it. That's her.
Yes,
Is
but
the
these
man
ladies you are
going to be
talking
able
about,
to
the men
stand
don't
that?
even know. And we see the children growing to a certain age, and then it's so difficult to forgive in such instances.
Hello?
And it's also a very personal decision.
Let me take this one, Isidro. I'll come back to you. Who's on the line, please?
Adams again.
Adams, welcome back.
A mixing of issues.
Okay.
Marriage is for a woman to join a man. It's not for a man to join a woman.
Okay.
So to confuse the situation by saying if a woman were to have multiple children outside the wedlock, you have married the one that you've had the children. You better stay there. It's not about emotions. It's about what values are. The reason is that one is a receptacle, one is a donor. If the woman is receiving, you cannot be distributing outside. That is why you need to join and stay. But the man rather, if you marry multiple men, a woman, they each are receiving and keeping theirs. That is a simple understanding to behold here.
Right. All right, Adams, I appreciate the extra thought that you bring in as well.
I don't know. Adams, you too. You saw the matter give us.
You see what I'm telling you.
You what the matter give
You see what I'm telling you.
Then I'm surprised.
Of the many.
You see what I'm giving you statistics.
No, but you see, I believe that Adams is a married man, and he's speaking as a married person, and he's speaking his thoughts of what he thinks an ideal married home or the system of marriage should be. Let me take this call. Hello.
Yeah, my name is Victor.
Victor, thanks for joining us. Where are you calling us from, by the way?
I'm calling from Tema.
Okay. Hi, Victor.
Newtown. Now, one thing that I want to ask the lady who has taken the entrenched position of whether she's not going to allow the whole thing. One thing is, I don't know whether it's a personal conviction or not, but she should try as much as possible to understand that sometimes when you get to some emotional, some stage in terms of your emotional exchange, you realize that there are some things you cannot just let go because somebody has committed mistakes. So you just have to understand. And your question as to whether if it was the woman, they were going to permit it, the man was going to permit it. One thing that you have to understand is that, yes, in the emotional exchange, everybody, we as men have the much different from that of women. We are the same, but not the same.
Right.
The same in a physiological state and the same in the way we think and everything. So how a man sees marriage is quite different from how a woman sees marriage in terms of the emotional exchange.
Okay.
So you still understand it. And let's ask ourselves.
How are you married? Are you married?
No, I'm a Catholic priest.
Oh, you're a Catholic priest.
Married.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So one thing also that you have to also understand is that in all these things, all of them, in a decision of a man going on and other things, well, we as human beings, we do make mistakes. So when you're making mistakes at any point in time in your life, for what you know, the woman has made a lot of mistakes that the man has even forgiven. And because of that, the man has seen it, the woman has seen it and decided that he's still going to stay with the man, regardless of the mistakes of the man.
Right.
That's what I was talking about it initially, that when you get to a stage in an emotional exchange, there are some things that is not so much easy like letting it go. Probably if he's not married, he will marry and get to understand that
when it gets to a point in time in marriage, it is not easy. Oh, me, I'll call it up. People have said all of these things and go and see what they are facing.
Let me leverage on what you are and ask this question. So you mentioned that you're a Catholic priest, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just your thoughts on this. Where somebody who's in ministry, okay, pastor or somebody who has an assignment, like the woman said in her narrative, commits what he has done, the extramarital affairs with the 3 kids and all of that. What do you think should be, if the church gets to know about it, what do you think should be the appropriate action to take from the church's perspective, not the family?
From the church's perspective, in the Catholic Church, we do not marry.
Yes.
So
yeah.
We cannot talk of that.
Right.
If somebody happens like that, like a lay person, what is going to happen is that the issue is the marriage fine, the family is involved, but the marriage is solely between the man and the woman. You understand? That's one thing that you have to understand. So if the woman is okay, the woman is able to accommodate, I think that's the best, and they can live with it. People do make mistakes. That's what you have to understand. And I've been telling women who come to me for counseling that, yes, men do make mistakes. You know, when your man has gone out and has made a mistake, when he comes home, accept him. When you accept him, help him to fight the woman back. The one who is the intruder. Fight the intruder. And when you go, you punish your money in the house. But the mistake that a lot of women do is that they tend to...
You don't think that because if the person is a preacher, he has an influence on a larger population, and where is found when he's yes, I understand that. I understand that. But where the person, if I may, sorry, if I may. So this person has a lot of influence on a lot of people, and where the person had misconducted themselves in this way because the person took a vow, you don't think that the person, for instance, should be asked, that the preacher or the pastor should be asked to step aside? You don't think that's necessary? You think that it should only stay within the family? If the wife can keep up with it or stay within, then that's fine. But when it becomes public, okay, when it becomes public and this person has an impact on a lot of people, you don't worry that the wrong example would be set?
Yes. What I'm saying is that all that I'm saying, I'm not saying that what the man did was right. In any case, it's never right. It's not something that it should be encouraged. But one thing I'm saying that, yes, in as much as the man is a preacher or a pastor, it doesn't negate the fact that the person is a human being capable of making mistakes. Remember, the fact that he is a preacher doesn't take the humanness out of him. He's still a human being. Right. Regardless. Who is capable of making mistakes, as the wife is capable of also making mistakes. But in marriage, one thing that supersedes or even aside everything is what? Forgiveness. Forgiving and letting go sometimes is far better than going to have a task for this person, go this way, this way. People have done that and they end up even going to date afterwards. So what's the sense of living the marriage when later on you go and you learn to forgive the person and go and date? You know, it's not the best. Okay. So forgiveness should be a key thing. Letting go, and also trying to. There are a lot of people that when you do forgive them genuinely, they are not going to do that again.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective. It's been very, very helpful to this conversation. Unfortunately, you guys can't take any more calls. Mama Gam, your final words. Your final words before you take leave of us.
So my final words is that the key issue is not whether staying or leaving is right or wrong, but whether the decision was made freely, okay, right, or with full awareness, of the consequences, and in a way that protected the well-being and dignity of everyone involved. Right. So some will view the mother's choice as a remarkable sacrifice, whilst others will see it as an unnecessary burden that shielded wrongdoing from accountability.
Right.
Yes. So
Okay.
both perspectives have valid points worth considering.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, and thank you as well for joining us over the phone. Again, it's your choice to make in every situation. Going back into the music, don't forget at 5 we've got Hot Edition, and then there's a lot more music after that.